Good morning, students. In previous class we have learnt equilibrium in physical processes: solid, liquid, liquid vapor and solid vapor. So now we will discuss about equilibrium involving dissolution of solids or gases in liquids. In this, first of all, we will discuss dissolution of solids in liquids. It is also called solid solution equilibrium. So the equilibrium is attained. How equilibrium is attained when dissolution of solids in liquids? Now we will discuss. To understand the equilibrium involving dissolution of solids in liquids, let's do a simple experiment. We take a beaker. In this we take in half of the water. And to this water add sugar, some of the sugar. So what happened here? So this sugar is completely dissolved. This sugar is completely dissolved in water. Again, another some amount of sugar will also add to the water. What will happen here is also this sugar is also completely dissolved. Like this, we will add the sugar continuously. At certain stage, the sugar will not dissolve at certain stage. In this situation, we can say that the solution reached saturated. The solution reached saturated. Now we will define what is the saturation solution. A solution is said to be saturated when no more of, here is also solute means sugar, can be dissolved in a given solvent. Amount of solvent here is also water. At a given temperature, that solution is called saturated solution. In a saturated solution, a dynamic equilibrium exists between the solute, that means sugar in the solid state, and sugar in the solution state. So here like this, the sugar in solution state is equilibrium with sugar in solid state. Here what happens? Both are in equilibrium. That means the rate of dissolution is exactly equal to rate of crystallization. Like this, the rate of dissolution is exactly equal to rate of crystallization. That means what happened? The number of sugar particles in solid state enter into the solution equals to the number of sugar particles in solution separated out to solid state. So both are in equilibrium. That's why this equilibrium is called dynamic in nature. Both opposing processes are occur at same rate. Okay, I visualize the concentration of sugar, solute nothing but sugar. The concentration of sugar is constant at a given temperature. So from this two observation, we can say that the dissolution of solids in liquid equilibrium is dynamic in nature. Write down. Take a screenshot. So now the dynamic nature of equilibrium can be explained with the help of radioactive sugar. If we add some amount of radioactive sugar to the saturated solution of sugar, what is happened here? The radioactivity is observed. The radioactivity is observed in both solution as well as the solid sugars. Initially, there were no radioactive molecules in the solution, but due to the presence of dynamic equilibrium, there is an exchange between the radioactive sugar molecules and non-radioactive sugar molecules between the two phases. That means these molecules are exchanged here, these molecules are exchanged here, and these molecules are exchanged to solution, and these molecules are exchanged to solution. So finally it can attain dynamic equilibrium. Next one is equilibrium involving dissolution of gases in liquids. It is also called a gas solution equilibrium. So this type of equilibrium we will observe in cool drink bottle. So in cool drink bottle, in closed cool drink bottle, the carbon dioxide molecules dissolved in liquid as well as carbon dioxide gas molecules undissolved, means so these undissolved molecules are present the space between the liquid and the gap up to cap. Okay, so both carbon dioxide molecules are, first one is gaseous molecule, second one is that gas molecule dissolved in liquid, that means solution. So both are in equilibrium. So this equilibrium is also called dynamic in nature. So how can identify this equilibrium is in dynamic in nature? So two observations are there. Which observation? First one is both processes are occurring at same rate, as well as one of the measurable property is always constant. So from these two observations we can say that equilibrium is in dynamic in nature. Okay, so now we will see. So here two types of carbon dioxide molecules. One is undissolved in gaseous phase, second one is dissolved in liquid phase. So this is called solution. This is called solution. It is called undissolved pure gases, pure carbon dioxide molecules. Now here we will see rates. So here the rate of dissolution, that means here the rate of dissolution is exactly equal to the rate of evaporation. That means the number of carbon dioxide molecules in liquid phase escaping from liquid to gas, and the number of gas molecules entering into from gases to liquid, so both are in equal, as well as the rates also. So this what is that? The gaseous molecules escaping from liquid to gas is called evaporation, and entering from gas to liquid is called dissolution. The both rates occur same. Okay, that's why we can say that this equilibrium is in dynamic in nature. So carbon dioxide in gaseous phase is equilibrium with carbon dioxide in solution phase. So carbon dioxide is gaseous phase is equilibrium with carbon dioxide in solution phase. Okay, the rate of dissolution is of carbon dioxide is exactly equal to rate of evaporation of carbon dioxide. Here the concentration the concentration of carbon dioxide molecules in aqueous phase and the concentration of carbon dioxide gas, so this ratio is constant at given temperature. This ratio is constant at given temperature, and this equilibrium is followed by Henry's law. So what is Henry's law? The mass of a gas dissolved in a given mass of a solvent at any temperature is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas above the solvent. Is nothing but M is directly proportional to pressure. This is Henry law. Okay. So now this cool drink bottle is sealed at higher pressure of the gas. Here, the solubility of the gas in the solvent is high. When the bottle is opened, some of the dissolved carbon dioxide gas molecules will escape to the surroundings. This happens to attain dynamic equilibrium as per the low pressure. If cool drink is further exposed to the air, all the dissolved carbon dioxide will escape due to the low pressure. And finally, this liquid turn to flat taste. So this is an explanation about equilibrium involving dissolution of gases in liquid. Finally, we will discuss characteristics of equilibria involving physical processes. So, is very important points. Equilibrium is attained in a closed vessels only. Okay. If open vessels, what happened? Already we discussed. In open vessels, the water is evaporate to atmosphere. What happened? The rate of evaporation is much more than the rate of condensation in open vessels. So that's why the equilibrium does not attained in open vessels. That's why equilibrium is attained in a closed system only or closed vessels only. Is very important. Both forward process and backward processes will occur at same rate. So both are in same rate. And the equilibrium is in dynamic in nature. Okay. And third point is all measurable properties remain constant. Measurable properties here: temperature, pressure, concentration, color, intensity. So these are all measurable properties. Whenever the process is in equilibrium, all the measurable properties remain constant. And the fourth one is when equilibrium is attained, one of its parameter value is constant at given temperature. For examples, here the pressure attain a constant value and the concentration of the reactants and the products attain a constant value at a given temperature. And more number of examples. For example, liquid vapor equilibrium. The vapor pressure is constant at given temperature. For example, solid liquid equilibrium. Melting point is fixed at constant pressure. So like this, when equilibrium is attained, one of its parameter value is constant at given temperature. And the last one is the magnitude of quantity indicates the extent to which the reaction will proceed before reaching equilibrium. Here the magnitude means the value of the quantity indicates the extent to which the reaction will proceed before reaching equilibrium. So these are characteristics of equilibria involving in physical processes.